Okay, well, hey, welcome everybody. Thank you so much for joining me for this game of City of Winter we're going to play together. So I'd love it if we could just start with doing a little go around, some introductions. So like names, pronouns, and anything you feel like sharing about yourself right now.
Yeah, I'll go first. I am Summer. I use she, her pronouns, and I produce tabletop content. I'm also designer, podcaster, and full-time mom. And ready to rock.
All right. I could go next. Hi, I'm Ross. My pronouns are he and him, and I'm really hyped to play this right now. I'm really excited, and just really feeling really grateful the for the two of you to be spending your Sunday making up some stories with me. It's raining and cold outside, and I just got my Fauci ouchie a couple days ago, so I'm really excited to be able to hug my mom like 6 weeks from now. Yeah, that's what's on my mind.
Super exciting.
Yeah.
It really is. And I am Juni. My pronouns are she, they. I'm also a producer of streams, podcasts, occasionally woodburn designs, and I'm really just excited to be here.
Yeah. Well, cool. So this is so we're gonna play City of Winter. This is the first. This is gonna be just like sorry. My brain gets stuck sometimes. So we're gonna play City of Winter, and this is going to be this is a game where we are going to build a family saga of tradition and migration set in a world of fantasy. And I am going to just kind of go through. This is our first time playing together, and this is actually the first time anybody has played this particular iteration of the rules. So this is the version 4 for you nerds out there that follow change logs. I know you're out there because every time I put out a new iteration, someone's like, "What exactly did you change this time?" I'm like, I don't know, like a lot of things. So I'm going to just read a little like introduction, and then we're going to, we haven't done any prep for this. This is just going to be like, we just sat down at the table and are just playing for the first time. So I'm going to introduce the game, introduce some stuff about story games in general, which I know I probably don't need to say because I'm sitting with a couple of seasoned gaming pros. But maybe this will be useful for folks that are out there watching. Okay, does that sound good, everybody? Okay.
That sounds great.
Okay, cool. So so City of Winter is oh wait. Okay, cool. Let's see, I'm just scrolling through the rules here. Set the table. I don't have to do that. It's a virtual table. We're going to be using Screentop, which is this like WebGL platform to do virtual tabletop stuff on. And if you go to screentop.gg and you're kind of curious about how that works, or if you want to look at City of Winter on Screentop, there's also you can download these rules that we're kind of going through there as well. So I'm just going to jump straight to the point where we've all kind of like sat down at the table, and I'm going to read you this introduction. So do you all have a copy of the instructions handy?
I do.
That I do.
Okay, cool. So please turn to page 12. And that's on page 12. There's not document page 12. Document page 7 or PDF page 7, document page 12. So what we're going to do is pass around these virtual instructions and take turns reading the introduction out loud. I'll go ahead and start. Welcome to the City of Winter. City of Winter is a story game where we build a family saga of tradition and migration set in a world of fantasy. Here are a few things to know about story games. Maybe Summer, Juni?
Yeah. It's like a conversation. Story games are like conversations, and the same rules about being a good conversationalist apply. Listen, ask questions, pay attention to what the other players are interested in, and leave space for quieter players to think about what they'd like to contribute.
And think small. When it is time to make something up, think small and don't plan too far ahead. Let the story be a wondrous beast that we chase but never capture.
Safety and the X card. Everyone got their X cards? Oh, is that visible? Oh, no. That's not my X card. This is my X card. The X card is a safety tool. It reminds us that our emotional safety and comfort are more important than any game, and that each of us has the power to remove anything from the story that's making us feel uncomfortable. To do so, simply tap this card or say, I'd like to X card that, and we will find another way to tell our story. No questions asked.
Read the prelude. Unroll the river scroll so the prelude is visible and read it out loud. The Umbra has come. The Riverlands are no longer safe. Our family must leave for the city of winter to find another home. As the game progresses, keep the unused parts of the map rolled up. Peeking ahead is fine, but in general, only the current area should be visible.
Okie doke. Now I'm going to facilitate going through family creation. So we don't have to keep passing around anymore. We'll just do that kind of for the intro, and then I'll just kind of be using the script from the instructions to guide us through this process.
Cool.
Okay, so next we're going to make some decisions about our family and our own characters in that family. Feel free to discuss and muse as we do this, and remember to think small and focus on whatever feels interesting right now in this moment. There will be plenty of opportunity to create meaning as we play. Okay, so the first step is to choose our family. Our options are heron, ox, and lion. There are 3 traditions practiced in the Riverlands: heron, ox, and lion. Each tradition is represented by a deck of prompts as well as a list of traditional names and relationships. We decide our family tradition together. What are y'all feeling?
I love a good heron. Would everybody be okay with that? I love it.
Yeah, let's
Big
go
bird
for it.
person.
I was going to say either that or the ox.
Cool. Well, I'm down with heron. I'm also down with ox.
We'll flip a coin.
Yeah, I
Sure.
fine either way. Are we flipping a coin, or are we choosing one? Are we going to let Summer get her?
Let
way?
me get my way.
What do you think, Juni?
You both are torn.
I'm not torn. I'm just like kind of stepping to the back because I've like played this game a lot, and I'm kind of a little more interested in what you two are all
Flip a
drawn to.
coin to see if we should let Summer get her way.
Oh my god.
Heads. Yep.
Gets her way. All right.
Heron it is.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this heron deck, and then we next have to decide that the tough decisions keep coming. Maybe we should let Juni get her way this time.
Yeah.
So next we choose our family home. Our choices are Cloud Village, Rivertown, and Palace Island. When we've decided, we should each write down our tradition and home on our name card. Actually, don't do that yet. We have to do something else first. But yeah, what are we feeling? Cloud Village, Rivertown, or Palace Island?
I like the aesthetics of Cloud Village. How do y'all feel?
I feel great about it.
I'm down. I'm super down with Cloud Village.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, cool. So next, okay, so see, I got this. I have this heron card. I just kind of drug into the middle. I'll put that over there where everyone else. Did that work? Is that visible in OBS now?
Yep.
What? Cool. So this is so each tradition has this name card, has a list of names that are the traditional names of that of the heron. So we each need to pick one of these names, and then we're going to add that to our note card, and then followed by heron of Cloud Village. So you'd be like Zephyr, heron of Cloud Village, Misty, heron of Cloud Village. So yeah, everyone pick a name and just let us know what your name is after you've chosen it.
What you
the
feeling?
overlay.
Juni, what you feeling?
All of them are so good is my problem.
Well, I have strong opinions always, so I'm happy to pick first.
Do it. Go for it.
I'm going to take Frost.
I had a feeling you might somehow.
Nice.
It was between that and Dawn, but I'm going to go with Frost.
Okay, Frost, and I'm updating your overlay.
Cloud Village.
If you hold down space while you have a object selected, you'll zoom in on that object.
Oh, cool.
Oh, nice.
Oh man, Blaze. Dude, these are good names.
Oh,
I did a good
goodness.
job. It's funny because I don't know, I haven't looked at this in a while. I'm like, oh yeah, it's like self high five.
Also, the art, gorgeous.
Oh yeah, this is killer.
Always.
Doug Keith is bonkers. Doug is he's in his I think late 60s right now.
Oh my
Lives in
God.
Seattle.
Oh, nice.
And he just busts stuff out. He's so fast too. Like I'll just see him I don't know, he's really amazing watching him work. I've filmed him drawing some stuff in the past, but he's kind of an old school. He did a bunch of art for Magic the Gathering kind of back in the day, and
Oh,
he used
wow.
to do. He's done. My mom was the art director for a children's book publishing company, which is how we met because she hired Doug did some work for one of my mom's children's books and some other stuff at her publishing company that she was working at.
Very cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's just absolutely gorgeous.
God, what do I want to be? This is such an important choice.
I mean, if you need more time, I think I've come to a decision.
Okay, what's your decision? That'll help me decide.
I am going to play the game of Contrast with Summer, and I'll be Blaze.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna be Moonlight.
Very
I was
good, very
definitely
good.
looking at Blaze.
Blaze is so
oops.
good.
All right,
All
and I will
great.
be Moonlight. Oh, I gotta make this font even smaller. Okay, cool. Sweet. So we've got our names, and then I didn't read this out loud, but one thing I want to point out is that there may be people in our family besides these characters that we've made, but they will not be the focus of our story.
Great.
Yeah. Choose a token. Choose a token to represent your character and place it on your note card. We don't have a note card, but you can put it next to your hand or wherever you want. So all the tokens are in the bottom left corner of the screen.
Oh my goodness.
And they're double-sided. And if you select a token and hit F, you'll flip it to its other side.
Ooh.
Oh.
I'm gonna be a little on point here and take the moon since I chose my name, Moonlight.
That's...
On the nose, not on point.
What am I gonna do?
What to do?
Oh, now you're indecisive. Welcome, welcome.
Do you have one that you want?
Yes, I'm going to go with this little flaming cauldron here.
Do it.
Oh, okay, then I'm gonna have to take the crown.
Okay, cool.
Have to, must.
Sweet. All right. Okay, great. Now, okay, next we're going to mark age. Choose whether your character is a child, youth, adult, or elder. Draw a number of marks such as bullet points on the top left corner of your note card as follows. Elders draw 6 marks, adults have 3, youth have 1, and children have no marks. And this will be reflected on the overlay. So I'll make sure it's reflected there too.
I think I'm gonna be a youth.
Youth, nice.
Yeah.
I'm also going to be a youth.
Oh, geez. Are we just like 3 kids?
Yeah. Why not?
That'd be kind of cool.
It's a coming of age story now.
Yeah. I've never tried that before. And I'm really curious what it's like. So, okay, cool. I'll be a kid. I'll be a youth also.
Yay! Just
Hell
a
yeah.
couple of youths, you know?
This is like now a YA novel. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm going to take a moment and update the overlay. And in the meantime, we can also start on the next spot. So if someone could help me by spreading out the tradition cards. So we've got that tradition deck, which is sitting on Cloud Village right now.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. There's like not open. I really wish that I could like close the scroll, but you can't. So anyhow, I'm going to flip the deck over and then we're just going to look at all these cards.
Cool.
And we each get to pick one.
Ooh.
So we'll each get to choose one card that you get a card for each mark. So since we're youth, we each have one mark. And so we each get to hold one of these traditions. I wrote something really smart to read to you all right now. I might as well read it. Each of us will hold a number of traditions for the family equal to their character's marks of age. Holding a tradition might mean that this tradition is important to you, that you exemplify this tradition to us, or perhaps it might also mean some kind of family obligation. As you select your tradition, tell us what you have chosen. Pick traditions that you feel drawn to, and don't worry if you do not know what a card means when you choose it. The meaning of these traditions will naturally grow and change as we play. The traditions you hold are not secret, but you should keep them face down or in your hand when they are not being used. So we each get one tradition.
how to where to begin.
Well, the other
So
ones
many
will still,
options.
so the rest of the traditions will be gathered together in the deck, and they'll be available for us to explore. So the until we go to a place where it's no longer the local tradition.
Yeah. Oh, they're just so great.
I love all of these.
I know we do. What do I
Which
do?
but which one's your tradition that you hold for the
right?
family?
Oh
One
my
picky
God.
cat is so cute. Oh no.
It's really cute.
It's so good.
Are you gonna take that one?
I'm gonna take a while the tea steeps.
I love it.
Cool.
Wait, are we supposed to announce that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's great.
Oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna take wearing a heron mask.
Nice.
I just love that one.
Okay. And I'm gonna play the dusk flute.
Ooh.
It's clearly the correct choice.
Where do you want us to put these or take them, or what do you want us to
They
do with
can
them?
sit in your hand. All right, so I'm gonna flip this deck, and it's gonna go by Cloud Village. And okay, cool. And I'm also gonna send you our new updated overlay.
Great.
With all of our names on it. So fancy. Okay, so I'm gonna no, can't do that. I have to do like this. Okay, so there's the new overlay.
Those cards need to go in there too, but I don't know how to do it.
Oh, which ones? Oh yeah, so you double click it, and then that selects the whole deck, and then you hit F to flip it, and then you just drop it and drag it on the pile.
Cool.
There you go. And then if you hit Z, you'll shuffle the deck. It does a little. Okay, wonderful. Okay, so we chose traditions. Okay, great. So now, okay, so that is the setup phase. Now we are ready to begin our first session. So every session of play has 3 sections to it. The first one is, okay, so every time we sit, okay, so at the start of each session, we're going to define new relations between our characters and other members of the family. Also during this phase, anyone whose character has left the family in the previous session or who is joining our ongoing campaign creates a new child in the family. So like, for example, if we wanted to do another session and Katy wanted to join us, she could join as a new child in our family. That's the new relations phase. And then the second phase, which is kind of like the bulk of the session, are tradition turns. So in which we take turns leading scenes where we either share a tradition from our hand or witness a tradition from another player. This is also where our family migrates from place to place. And then at the end of the session, we mark age. So when we're ready for our session to end, all of our characters will get older. We'll mark another age marker on them. And then we'll decide, we'll make a new decision about which traditions we're now holding for the family. So because this is, I'm framing this as a one-shot, we could expand it to a campaign later if we decide. But as a one-shot, I really recommend that people play two short sessions. I think it's a really good way to sort of get things started and to get to experience, all of the mechanics of the game. Whereas if you're in a long campaign, maybe you would still do 2 sessions per game, or maybe you might want to draw things out a little more and do like 1 session per game, which is kind of what I've done in the mostly. Okay, so now we're going to jump to the first part of the session, which is new relations. So I'm going to go ahead and flip over the Heron card, and you can see on the other side it says bonds, but I changed that to relations in the current iteration of the game. Maybe I'll change it back. I don't know. So at the start of each session, we define a relation between our character and another member of our family. To define a relation, combine a prompt from the relations list matching your age with another character's name or with a new name chosen from the names list. Feel free to discuss when you make your choices and write that down. So we all have some time to do this. So we'll just kind of look at it. This is our first relation, and I think it's best if we, some of the relations kind of point laterally in terms of age, and then some of them kind of point up or point down and sort of like imply that, maybe another character is another character in our family that we haven't introduced yet. Any of those things are fine. So the youth relations we have here are sibling, friend, or rival or favorite of. Blaze, is it okay if I'm your sibling?
Yes.
I mean, we could all be siblings too.
That could be fun.
Yeah. There's kind of an interesting thing where, if we're all youth and we were all like siblings with each other, when I think of these relations, I sort of think of, we have other relationships in our family, obviously, but this is sort of like the thing that we're sort of known for, or that people really think of when they think of our character. And so my brain was just thinking like, well, what would it mean if we're all siblings, but I'm writing down that I'm a sibling of this one character in particular, that might mean that for some reason I'm really known as being this person's sibling, like they kind of outshine me, which I think is kind of interesting. Like for instance, I might, that might be on my character. I might say that I'm your sibling, and your like important relationship might be something totally different. Like you're sort of known for something else. And no one, I'm kind of interested. Anyhow, I'm gonna say sibling of Blaze, cool. And those are kind of my thoughts behind it. So I'm gonna write that down on my card.
Yeah, I think that's really interesting because you do get especially growing up with siblings, you kind of, as you're progressing through the school system, if you have an older sibling, you're kind of known as the sibling of that person.
Yeah, totally.
And if you have even a younger sibling, like it's like, who are you the sibling? I mean, you're both of their siblings, right? But
right, totally.
Yeah, it's really interesting.
If you want another name, there's more names on the back of that Heron card that you can grab if you want to add somebody to our family to form one of those relationships with.
Okay.
Yeah, Judy, do you have an idea?
I liked the idea of either being a sibling or a rival of Frost. How do you feel?
I like both of those. I think that I don't know. I love a good rivalry. So I'm
super into you two being rivals.
Yeah, I think that's fun.
I'll just pop some popcorn over here.
Yeah. I like the idea that you're my rival, right? You're the rival of me.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But I'm not necessarily your rival.
Yeah, just like whatever.
I love that.
Yeah, I think that's great. A personal rivalry that you keep private in your own head.
Yeah, totally.
Well, no, you're known as, which is it's ridiculous. I love that. Yeah, I think just to kind of like round us out, I think I'm gonna say friend of Moonlight.
Cool.
I think that's a very interesting little group dynamic.
I love it. And every session is going to start with either adding or a new relation or changing an existing relation. So these will kind of grow as time goes on.
Cool.
Okay, cool. We did it. No new kids. All right. So now we are into tradition turns. Anyone may go first, then we take turns leading a scene in our story. During other players' turns, we listen, ask questions, offer suggestions, and play other characters in the scene. On your turn, you're going to do the following. The first thing is either share or witness. Decide whether you will share or witness a tradition. Show us you will share a tradition by playing a card from your hand face down to the table. Before your scene ends, you must describe how you share this tradition and reveal the card. Show us you will witness a tradition by dealing the top card from a tradition deck to another player. Before the scene ends, they must describe how you witness this tradition and reveal the card. Any questions about sharing? Well, I'm just going to read this through and then we'll just do it. All right. 2, begin a scene. Move your token to one of the scenes at our current location and describe the scene to us from the perspective of your character. Tell us where we are, what it's like, who is there, and what is going on right now. And then lastly, pass the turn. After a tradition has been revealed, you may end the scene and either keep the revealed tradition or give it to another player whose character was in that scene. Unrevealed traditions are discarded to the bottom of their original deck. Who goes next? After each scene, anyone may go next. If we have trouble deciding, here are some good options. Someone who spoke least. Someone inspired. The next person sitting clockwise or arranged clockwise, on our screens. Someone who just received a tradition. Here are some good ideas. Name everybody. So characters are going to come up. Let's give them names. We have a couple lists of names to be pulling things from. Use taste, touch, or smell in your description. Tell us what you look like. Describe your character's thoughts. Keep secrets from characters, but not from other players. Take on the role of the weather, a crowd of farmers, or the trees. Reveal a tradition directly through a character. Reveal a tradition indirectly through the environment. Ask another player to take on a role in your scene. Ask the other players for ideas. Okay, that's all we need to know to start playing.